Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today, we're talking about what am I doing in my career? So, is what you're doing fulfilling you? I talked about this on back in September, I believe it was 9/11, ironically, um, about asking yourself the question whether what you're doing is actually fulfilling you. Um, is this the line of work? Here's a question. Is this a line of work that is adding to me as a person every single day? Or is it that I don't love my job and that it is, drudgery? Is it siphoning my, my own individual personal bank account, if you will? Because that's important. If we're getting up, and we've been getting up for 15, 20 years, and we're doing something that goes against us, it hurts us. It lowers the vibration, and it's tough. It's, not only do things get stagnant, but we're not happy anymore about what it is that we're doing, and it's going through the motions. The passion gets lost. It's the spark. It's one of those things. If you do, if your job takes a lot of your time, this is huge for you. So these are good questions to ask yourself. Am I being the best at my job that I can be? Am I allowing distractions maybe to pull me away from my job, right? And we talked about that last week or the week before. And if I am allowing myself to be pulled away by distractions, it doesn't help me to feel good, actually, about the job that I'm doing, because I know what I should be doing is staying on task, staying focused with what it is, that I need to do. So in talking about coworkers, the question is, what are you doing with your coworkers? Are you bringing all that you can to your job? Or are you maybe overindulging with coworkers? Okay. We all travel for business, and sometimes we end up, at the same hotel, and, we go out for dinners and we socialize and we do these things. And of course, I've heard horror stories over the years of what happens when people have too much to drink. So, here's just a question. Are you doing things when you're with your coworkers that you're proud of? Or are you doing things that make you feel ashamed of showing up to that meeting at 8 o'clock the next morning, or just about you? Because what happens is people start to look at you differently. It doesn't really matter how well you do your job after a while if you're the person who kind of lets go a little too much and ends up overdoing it, okay? Because that is a pattern if it continues. It's certainly something that shows people that we're not in charge of ourselves, and maybe things are, we can't always make those great decisions. So pay attention to that. And for this week, what I think might be a great idea is, if this is you and I'm talking, if I am talking to you, sit down with a journal and write down the things, the behaviors, the actions, or the habits that you might want to shift in order for you to feel better about your career, better about your relationships, better about the way you look to your coworkers in the workplace. And if they aren't the things that you feel good about, then start making small changes. Change one or two things. It's not that we ever mean to show people things about us. And we've all experienced this. But what is important is that we take responsibility for making ourselves feel bad, because that really is like a self-sabotaging pattern behavior. And what we try to do is to be more intentional and to kind of get more in the driver's seat of what it is that we're doing so that we can feel better about ourselves. So sit down with a journal and see if you can get clear on a few things that you're doing. Maybe you're just saying things, whatever it is, okay? Okay, guys, happy January. I will see you next month. Remember that we're not doing the weekly newsletters. We're going to monthly. So you'll find one next February. And follow me on the podcast, or follow me social media as well, Instagram and Facebook. But take a look or take a listen to You Are Good Enough. And I will connect with you soon. Thank you so much. Take care.